I'm Killer Beaz, the comedian. If you've never seen me before, I sound just like this the whole time. Forrest Gump is on stage. Man, it is great to be here. Dry bar comedy. So round of applause for all our dry bar people that bring this to you. I would like to thank Dry Bar for letting me do my laundry. There's that. It's great to be here. I've never been to Utah before. So I live in Alabama. Never been to Utah. Y'all drive different from the way we drive at home. Y'all drive like you gotta be somewhere in about 30 seconds. Y'all are crazy. I was on what, Highway 15? Highway 15, minding my own business, doing 70 miles an hour. All right, look, dude, that's your second mistake. We can jump out of the pickup, take a leak, doing 70. And that's the women. I was doing 70 miles an hour, y'all. This guy flew past me 193 miles an hour. He was driving and reading. He was reading in Braille. I learned this in Utah. The word yield means there's room for you too. So, Killer Beaz is not my real name. My real name is Truett S. Beasley, Jr. I lived most of my life in Jackson, Mississippi with her. I lived in her attic. She thought I was a raccoon. The cat food's gone again. He must still be here. Grew up in Jackson, Mississippi. In Jackson, Mississippi, there is a restaurant that is so cheap, there's no shakers on the tables. The middle of the room has a salt lick. The menus are scratch and sniff. There's that. I started my stand-up comedy career. I started my career in Jackson, Mississippi in the 7th grade in science class. We went on a field trip to a nature trail. Remember when you were in school, they'd take you out to the woods, identify birds, bushes? We went to this nature trail, y'all. I ran up ahead of the class, ran up the little path, disguised myself. Had vines and leaves holding limbs. The class came along and the teacher was like, you got a white oak, you got a red oak, and you got a smart aleck wearing poison oak. There's that. So, y'all, I grew up in the great state of Mississippi. Then we moved to Alabama because we had money. The way it happened was a trailer came loose and rolled downhill, across the state line. Dang, we moved. It was either $300 for a wrecker to pull us back, you know, or put up an $8 mailbox. Daddy had us out in the yard learning to yell, "Roll Tides." I got a ticket, y'all. I got a ticket one time in a mobile home. I did. The cop pulled me over. He goes, "You got a porch light out." I played like I wasn't home. That hacked him off. You know what I found out? I am allergic to pepper spray. Makes everything you eat taste like chili. 'Cause it's peppers, y'all, chopped up in a spray. Am I going too fast? So I live in Mobile, Alabama. I don't live in the city limits. We live out in the county because we could not afford to build to code. was 3-strand wiring is expensive, so we have 2-strand. That means, though, that every day I get to tell my wife to not touch metal while you cut the light on. That's why your hair's frizzy. You're doing it wrong. We live in a subdivision. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The neighborhoods where they scrape every living thing off the face of the earth, and they cram 12 houses into a 3-house spot. Y'all seen that? That's where I live. My neighbor farts, my pillow flies off the bed. There's that. Subdivisions have fancy names too, like Hounds Run, Falcon's Crest, Eagle's Landing, that kind of stuff. So anybody live in a subdivision? Anybody with us? Here's a fancy, it was an experiment. It's going to be fancy. What is the name of your subdivision? Summit Ridge. Money in the house. Summit Ridge. You shop at Target instead of Walmart, don't you? Summit Ridge. You know what the name of my subdivision is? Falling Values. And here's what's weird. Get this. It's actually listed on the Alabama state map. You know when you get like the big road map, our freaking neighborhood is listed on the map, but they misspelled it. They spelled it floodplain. There's that. Do you have good water pressure out at the Kingdom of Summit Ridge? You do? Yeah. The water pressure's so low at my house, the refrigerator makes dry ice. Do you have good neighbors? You do not? Oh, they don't let you use their airstrip? Rich people have airplanes. We have good neighbors. Our next door neighbors have one of those things. All right, now I'm going to blank. What's that thing people have that the cat scratches? A baby. There's that. Our neighbors have this baby. Y'all, this baby is hilarious. The baby has a condition called butt ugly. Y'all, listen to me. This is the ugliest freaking baby in the world. It is hilarious. It's one of those babies that when you see it, you go, huh, like that. And the parents are in denial. They don't pick up on the clues. Do y'all know people like that? They have ugly babies, ugly kids, and they don't want to just... Look, they took the baby to the park. People tried to capture it with Pokeballs. If your baby's nicknamed Diglett, that's an unconventional looking little baby right there. That baby is ugly. Fell out of the car window one time. They got a ticket for littering. It is a weird... You know him? We were walking around the block with him. You know how late in the afternoon when the weather's mild, you walk around the block, unless you live in Summit Ridge, then you drive like golf carts with fancy rims. Anyway, we were walking around the block, and they were with us. They were pushing the baby. This lady from the other end of the street that had not met them came walking up. I introduced them, and the lady goes, "Oh, what a pretty stroller." Is that a Graco? That is nice. She goes, "It can't get out, can it?" Look at those blue eyes. I'm like, there's 3 of them. They have a daughter, they have a little girl that's 11, drop dead gorgeous. Pretty little girl, y'all. She is ate up with Barbie doll fever. Loves Barbie dolls. Has all her grandmama's Barbie dolls. Has her mama's Barbie doll. So for her birthday, my wife and I went online, did some research, got her the brand new Barbie doll that's only been released in Alabama so far. Have y'all seen that one? It's called Hillbilly Barbie. Come to the tick. under her armpit. Little pink tweezers. Have y'all seen that? Hillbilly Barbie and Country Ken. Spell K-I-N. There's that. It has that little pink convertible. You know the little pink Barbie car? She has that car, but the left front fender's gray. It's up on little blocks, little Lego cement blocks. Okay, yeah. There's that. So, Mobile County, Alabama. Oh, pardon me for being boastful, y'all. Mobile County, Alabama is getting the Amber Alert system installed on our end of the interstate. Okay, see, you're unimpressed. Y'all have it here because y'all got electricity. We're pumped up, though, man. The Amber Alert system, that's big time. That's coast to coast. They catch carjackers and kidnappers, or tell you there's a mattress in the road, merge left. Could be a stepladder or a cooler. You know, anyway, if they get the system operational, fully operational in southern Alabama, it's going to be abused. It's going to be abused because I know my country neighbors. I can see the hoopla already. Amber Alert, missing 2 black and white cows. And then the police will get swamped with calls. We just seen them. There's up on a billboard writing hate mail about chickens. There's that. So I am married within an inch of my life. I'm middle-aged. I've got a young wife. Her baby pictures are in color. She used to be wild. My wife has a tattoo of a hickey. And it's one of those expensive tattoos. I'll come in from a road trip. It'll be on the other side. What? They ain't going, there's that. My wife has powers. My wife can pull her bra through her sleeve like an FBI snub nose. It is great. Can y'all do that? Like, how do y'all learn that? Is that what training bras are for? Got like a slip knot in them. Get out on the range, practice that quick draw. She's a mate. Look, and she can flip her arm like that and her cup will grab stuff. She snagged a cheese biscuit off another table at Red Lobster one day. Impressive. And you know how we all are. We get blessings, then we want something bigger. My wife is perfect. God made her perfect, but I was thinking, if you had a bigger bosom, you'd have had a bra, and we could have got that whole basket of biscuits. I'm not saying, I'm just... There's that. That was a good time. That was a good, there's that right there. I don't care who you are, that right there was a good... She's mad at me right now. My wife's... Y'all. My wife is mad because I have not taken the Christmas tree down yet. And I'm like, dude, quit rushing me. But it's gigantic. It's going to be such a pain to do. Me and the kids cut it ourselves this past year. And Dad's in the room. You know, how did you do stuff with your kids? I'm like, no, Daddy, that's a baby tree. That's a little girl tree. We got home. It's a giant tree. It has a deer stand in it. Came with an automatic feeder. Throws corn in the living room at 4:35 every day. There's that. We have children. I have children. Y'all like, you're like, oh no. Children are a blessing. Y'all have kids? You have kids, sir? You look at me like, you think I've done this to myself? Children are a blessing. The parents know this. Children change us for the better. Those of you who do not yet have kids, go get some. First, build yourself a concrete house with a metal drain in the floor. Then bust up all your good stuff, including dreams and plans. Can I have an amen? Yeah, when you've got kids, it's like, I'm hitting Daddy's truck with a baseball bat. Yeah, well, don't knock it off the blocks. There's that. Kids teach us stuff. Every parent in this room learned this lesson the exact same way. If you have little bitty kids, do not teach them to speak. Children are like little tape recorders that play back when we do not need them to play back. Who's been busted like that? Every one of us. The following is a true story. My mother-in-law, Nana, was driving the boys somewhere one day, going to do something to annoy me. Anyway, thank you. Was that a turkey call? That was awesome. Never done a show on a farm. This is great. Anyway, Nana had to stop real fast for a red light. The boys in the back seat, she had to stop real fast. Our youngest son yelled a cuss word. Y'all, when Nana come to, she turned to his big brother. What did your brother say? He repeated the word and goes, Daddy says it every time you call. Funny now. At the time, I had a hacked off Nana on my hands. And you cannot get away from a big woman in a trailer. They can stomp on their end and tilt it up, and you just slide to them. It's like being in a feed hopper. Gravity and linoleum are not your friends in a Nana fight. There's that. So, let me see, I picked on you about Target a minute ago. In Mobile, Alabama, y'all, there is a Target dead across the street from Super Walmart. It's like the cultural dividing line of the city. So whenever I do a Walmart run, I'll go to Target first, and I'll get like a pack of gum, but I make them put it in a Target sack, and then I'll go to Walmart and I'll carry that Target bag. People are like, woo! Summit Ridge in the house. I was in the Walmart near my house the other day. I saw a woman whip a kid's butt with a 3-foot-long Slim Jim meat stick. It was awesome. His name was Joshua, because she'd been yelling it for 20 minutes. Joshua, put that down. Don't you run from me. That kind of stuff. Oh, by the way, if you're ever in like a big fancy mall and you hear a parent yelling at a kid, you can tell if the parent's out of shape, because they will yell stuff like, don't you run up those stairs. Do not make me get on that elevator and come up there. So anyway, Joshua's mom was going off, so I told the people, I go, look, I'm going to go look. I went around there. He did something to set her off right by the meat stick display, and she snatched one out of the box. Y'all, it was either Slim Jim brand or Sasquatch. I could not read the label because she was whacking him so fast. Looked like 5 of them in her hand. Looked like a Chinese fan. Wore him out, heated the meat stick up. It smelled like cookout on aisle 7. Broke this meat stick into little pieces in its wrapper. It was like a chain when she got done. Y'all, she put it back in the box and got a fresh one out and stuck it in her cart and went on with it. And I don't know if she was going to buy the new one or if it was just a deterrent to future outburst. But it was mellow as I'll get out up in Super Walmart, Schillinger Road, Mobile, Alabama, the rest of the day. So there's that. We have the Walmart Health Care Clinic at this location. It's nice. It's a plastic chair. It's by the window where you get pills, so it is super convenient. I got a flu shot there. You know who does the flu shots at Walmart? The same guy that checks fluid levels in automotive. And then my wife is mad because I got the extended warranty. Okay. There's that. This Walmart, meant to tell you, this Walmart, y'all, our super Walmart, was on national TV like 3 years ago. Y'all might have seen it. It was on national news. A woman went grocery shopping at Super Walmart, Schillinger Road, Mobile, Alabama. She got home and was putting the groceries away. The baby was playing in them. Y'all, a live snake came crawling out of a bag of potatoes. You know those mesh net bags of potatoes? This little snake came crawling out. The baby saw the snake and thought it was a gummy worm or something and tried to eat it. Now, the baby did not get bit. I'll tell y'all that. Anyway, the mom was putting up a can of Green Giant crinkle cut beans. That sounds right, doesn't it? Is it French cut? Okay, y'all are judgmental. Anyway, the mama was putting up a can of Del Monte brand clean peach halves packed in their own syrup. Light syrup, ma'am, before you add. Anyway, true story. The mama was putting up groceries. She turned around. There was a live wiggling snake hanging out of the baby's mouth. So she freaked out and called 911. Well, they released the tape of the call. It is hilarious. It's a female operator. She goes, 911, what's your emergency? And the mama blurts out, my baby bit a snake. Well, there's a pause on the tape because you can tell the operator's trying to decide if she said it backwards because she was wigging. She goes, did a snake bite your baby? No, ma'am, my baby bit a snake. I swear to y'all, the operator goes, was y'all at church? And the mom was like, no, ma'am, it was in the potatoes. Sounded like she'd whipped up a batch of snake and bake. Tastes like it just ate a chicken. There's that. So, what else? Oh, I'm fixing to be filthy rich. I'm fixing to be rich, rich, rich. This time next year, I'm going to come to town to buy everybody dinner. I am going to be so rich. Oh, I know. I'm suing Paula Deen. I bought her cookbook, great recipes, but in the Paula Deen cookbook, now she owes me money for mental anguish and a new kitchen, okay? I bought her cookbook. In the cookbook, it said word for word that I paid for, that I should cover the bottom, y'all, the bottom of the pan with grease. You want to know what the fireman told me? They meant the inside. I didn't know. I thought the pan would move around better on the stove. High performance cooking with Pennzoil. And guys, look, there's no delicate way to tell your wife that her kitchen is burning. You don't want to use those words because you're the stupid guy. There's the mental language. You're thinking fast, you're talking fast, you're saying stuff like, honey, let's go way out in the yard and look at the wedding pictures. Bring all your jewelry. And the baby. Bring the baby. No, don't bother your mom. She's laying down. There's that. So, let me see. We got to get started with the show. They're going to be mad. My wife wants me to get in shape. That's going on at my house. Wants me to work out. Do you work? Sorry. Dude, that's on me. I spoke before I looked. I'm just... My wife's all girly. She's like, don't you want to look good for swimsuit season? No, I want to see good for swimsuit season. Forget Planet Fitness. I'm headed to Lens Crafters. Went to the gym one time. Went to the gym with my wife one time. We were there like 30 seconds. I'm like, dang, honey, that first machine made my forearm cramp. She goes, well, that was the doorknob. She bought me some Nike cross trainers to work out in. Nike, and that's pretty cool. She goes, that's a good shoe. This buddy of mine goes, dude, how do those shoes feel when you run in them? I'm like, they feel surprised. They are panicked when I'm running. If I'm running, my shoes are like, give them the money. She made me start drinking green juice. Do y'all drink green juice? Do not. You do not. It's plant vomit. Oh my word. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with the green juice phenomenon, here's how it works. You get a blender, but it says juicer on the side because it's $75 more. And you put nothing but raw green stuff in there. Chunks of broccoli, spinach leaves, pine needles, dollar bills. My wife goes, aren't you worried about your cholesterol? I'm like, my cholesterol is fine. My chlorophyll level is up to here. Green juice ruined my golf game. You cannot putt when the sun is making your body lean toward it. Hey, my name's Killer Beaz. Y'all have been fantastic. Thank you so much, man. Thanks, guys. Holy cow, y'all, that was terrific. I cannot believe how great the audience is. Thank you for tuning in and watching the special. And now, let's talk money. I spent $17,000 to come tape this for your enjoyment. So the least you could do would tip me like $400 or $500 or $7, something like that. There'll be a button on the bottom of the screen. I will use the proceeds to rebuild my farm. I have a non-dairy farm in Alabama. We make powdered milk. And the rains came last month to wash the crops away. So we're going to have to rebuild. We need your donation. We need your help. Do not let little babies go hungry.